Welcome to Nightingale Dementia Consultants. My name is Brian Balke of Hypnosis Rising, and this is our 7th briefing on self-care for the caregiver. In the journey with cognitive decline, among the most confusing moments are those involving memory. Loss of memory seems entirely consistent with the diagnosis of cognitive decline, as is the inability to form new memories. But the selectiveness of memory loss seems incomprehensible. How can a loved one recall so distinctly events that happened decades ago, but can't remember that they told that same story just 3 minutes ago? In this briefing, we will look at human memory. We have several types of memory, recalled in different ways and remaining for various lengths of time. With this background, we can understand why older memories return as the mind declines and newer memories fade. Once that is accepted, the resulting confusion is a little less painful. Again, we find in our relationship with our loved one, the only reliable anchors are virtue, harmony, and trust. Our minds take in a huge amount of information. Trying to hold on to everything would lead to overwhelming clutter. So our brain has methods for conserving only what seems important. The feeling of a wave washing over our feet lasts only a few seconds, which makes every wave magical. Some things, such as our shopping, relate to the activities of today and are usually forgotten by tomorrow. When we fall asleep at night, the subconscious reviews events and prioritizes those with high emotional charge. Those memories are transferred to our long-term memory. We also have different kinds of memory, independently formed and lost, and stored in different parts of the mind. The most concrete memories allow us to do physical tasks. This procedural memory is relatively stable. A good illustration of semantic memory is again the shopping list. Semantic memory allows us to translate sliced ham to a picture in the mind in a location in the store. But it is not limited to words. When seeing a mascot, we remember our high school. Semantic memory is more vulnerable than procedural memory. Episodic memory links events as a story to help us recognize similar situations in the future. We'll consider this type of memory in detail later. Finally, the mind sorts memories according to what we were paying attention to. So you might drive home and park and not even remember how you got there, but you will remember thinking about a crisis at work. The events of the drive are known to the subconscious. This is also why we don't remember our dreams when we wake up. The conscious mind is turned off during sleep, so has no association with that brain activity. To get to dreams, we need to simplify the state of the mind, which can be an effective hypnosis or trance. You can now understand why traumatic events have such unexpected effects on us. During trauma, the more powerful subconscious pushes its way forward to ensure our survival. Later, it remembers the experience and wishes to avoid a repeat. It does that by creating powerful emotions and sensations that drive the waking mind away from harm. Now we can begin to understand why our ability to recall memories changes over the years. These memories are explicit. They involve me, in quotes, and long-term. What brain scans tell us is that the replay of these memories involves the whole brain. The thing is that the brain doesn't stay the same. For most of us, it becomes more complicated. We have already spoken about the growth of our social identity in the conscious mind. In our teen years, the brain rewires, focusing less on gathering experience and more on influencing our peers. Upon entering the workplace, we develop separate selves at home, at work, with friends, and in social settings. Since we recall memories of past events with the whole brain, All those extra parts of our personality interfere with access to memories that formed when our minds were simpler. Memories from childhood seem to fade away. During cognitive decline, of course, the mind discards the complexity gained during adulthood. This weakens connections to recent history and brings forward memories from earlier in life. Since our loved one has limited capacity to form connections in the mind, new memories form slowly and may be limited to physical skills. To maintain what remains of the personality, the mind replays important memories from the past. What is happening today seems less important because it no longer serves to strengthen the personality. This last effect comes with shame and fear. At some point, the loved one does not recognize themselves. Who is this person in the mirror with the silver hair and wrinkles? The most painful episodes occur when our loved one becomes lost in a trauma from youth. A woman who suffered a miscarriage may search for her baby. I encountered a man who was convinced that the walkway I was on led to a grand opening that was blocked by wet cement. And the unrequited love from youth may return with belated heartbreak. For this reason, we recommend that the loved one create a personal journal of past crises. Most of us have experiences that we wish we could put behind us, so this is not something to be opened until they can no longer verbalize their feelings and concerns. It can be invaluable, however, in resolving distress in the later stages of decline. Memory loss during cognitive decline is frustrating and sometimes dangerous. When danger becomes evident, perhaps because they no longer recognize that crystal drain cleaner is not sugar, physical changes to the home may be needed. Frustration, on the other hand, can lead to anger when we don't accept the limitations of the loved one. They want to remain with us as their best self, and that may mean living in the past. The more that we know about the history of our loved ones, the better we can understand their reality, and so engage with them in celebration of emotional harmony. Thank you for all that you do, and I hope to see you soon.